Hey guys, today I'm going to show you guys a couple different variations for triceps. We're going to start off on the bench, and when we're done with the bench, I'm going to show you a couple of standing and some different free weights to do your tricep extensions, tricep curls, so that you can get bigger triceps and blow those arms up. So we're going to start off with a one-arm French curl, which is kind of old school. It goes a little like this. You're just going to hoist up above your head, and you want to do roughly 8 to 12 reps. Now, you can use a heavier weight depending on what your goal is. If your goal is to bulk up, then you want to use heavier weight and lighter, fewer reps. What I always do is I always do a weight that I can get the first set, roughly 12 starts to get a little hard, but then I usually do 3 to 4 sets of that. And as soon as I'm done with that, I always do one breakdown. So I drop it 10 pounds, do the same thing again on the same arm. Now, repeat the same thing on the other arm. I'm not going to mess with that. I'm going to show you the next exercise. You have an incline bench. Set it to where it's not completely inclined, but it's not straight up. On this one, it has settings of 8. I set it on 5. Now what you're going to do is a double tricep extension dumbbell overhead. It's a variation on a skull crusher, but with dumbbells as opposed to a barbell. I'll show you barbell in a second. What I try to do is keep the weights together so there's a little more control, and I go until I hit the back of the seat. And your form is very important on that. What you want to do is you want to try to keep your elbows and your best part of your arm stationary. What you don't want to do is swing, because then what you're bringing the chest and solar plexus into it. You want to get this part set and just use it as a lever. Bring your arms down, extend up, and that's going to be your tricep extension dumbbell. So we're going to move on to the next thing now. All right, guys, this is a variation of the skull crusher with an easy curl bar, close grip. Same basic thing as what we just did with the dumbbell. But this one, the movement's a little more restricted because you're on a barbell, so there's not that, those stabilizer muscles aren't engaged as much. So on this one, what you're gonna do, bring it above the head, and most skull crushers, you're laying flat and you're coming to the forehead. This one, again, you're walking out the arms from the elbows to the shoulder, and you're coming behind the head, like so, and extending. Again, on this one, you wanna try to use a weight. Unfortunately, in this gym, this is the heaviest it goes because they're all set. So I usually do about 40 to 50 reps on my first set, and then we usually do what we call running the rack, which means we drop every increment of weight down to the smallest, and we'll run the rack twice or sometimes 3 times. So that's 10 sets essentially to failure. So that's another variation. So got one more to show you, and that's it, and then we'll move on. As we go, we'll hit different muscle groups, different exercises, but this is just to get things started. So next one's coming right up. Okay guys, one final one here. We've all seen tricep kickbacks. This is another variation on that. Handle a little bit more weight. You're doing them at the same time. You're using the bench now instead of as a brace, you're using it to stabilize your whole form. So these, you're gonna square up to the bench. I usually keep a towel on it because I sweat a lot. And what you're gonna do is let that brace you so that your form is like so, and do a double kickbacks. Again, what I like to do is do a set, drop it 10 pounds. Now, if you're only able to handle 10 pounds, then don't drop 10 pounds, drop 5. So you go down in increments, so you do a burnout set with every set. And what these are going to do, they're going to help develop the different heads of your tricep. There's also some cables that we'll get to at another time. Today I wanted to show you some free weight variations that you could use on triceps just to kind of get you going. No matter what gym you're at, you should be able to have access to most of this stuff. So if you have any questions, hit us up in the comments. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.